Hi my loves, welcome back or welcome to a brand new video. So if you guys can't tell by the title, you guys know what we're doing. We're going to be doing a book haul in this video, and it was actually originally supposed to be a book unboxing, but I was so impatient in terms of when I got all the books and they were all together, so I just unboxed them all already in advance. But I'll show you a photo here of what it looked like. I have been accumulating these books, I would say, for the past like 2 months. I have been putting off filming this book haul just because of my schedule with work, and like book hauls sometimes can just feel so long to film. But I thought I would go ahead and film this book haul for you guys to show you guys all the books I have bought, and I'm really excited. I have some nice summaries, I have some black romance I'm really getting into, and I've also got some special edition books which you can probably see from the corner, which I'm really excited to show you guys as well. But I'm really excited. I have a lot of books. I think I have about 39 books, 40 books. This I would say is my biggest book haul I've ever done on my channel. I think my last book haul was probably about 7 months ago, my last book haul in terms of like this. In terms of like a book haul that you could say counts is like when I did my bookstore vlog in February, but still, like, we're in June now and I've been able to hold off of buying, and I've just been collecting these the past 2 months, and I thought I would do this book haul for you guys so I could finally also add this to my TBR shelf so I can start reading some of the books. I've been putting off reading some of them just because I want to obviously film this video for you guys. But I've got some good racks, we've got some series, we've got a little bit of fantasy, but this will be predominantly romance, and I'm really excited to get into this video today. Before we start though, if you're new to this channel, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you really enjoy it, and then also follow my socials down below, usual YouTube stuff. But we're gonna get into it now. I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna go over all the books that I bought and give you guys this little book haul, so I hope you guys enjoy. As I've said, I've got a lot of books to get through, so in terms of the books I'll be talking about, we have 3 stacks here, and then we have 1 large stack over here, and this, as I said, is the biggest amount of books I've actually gotten. And yeah, I'm ashamed to say, but I have these beautiful bookshelves and I've been just trying to fill them, but recently they've actually been doing really well in terms of filling them. I don't think you guys can really see, but you know, I decided to buy new books. I know I did a video where I went over my physical TBR a few months ago and I had like 80 books on my TBR, but I've actually compiled it down now to about 20 books. Like, that is all the books that I have on my TBR as of now, and I thought I'd get new books because, you know, why finish your physical TBR and just have an empty one when you can just buy new books and, you know, spice it up a little. So I'm really excited and I've got some good books to go over. So first up, I think we're going to do this stack just because it is the closest next to us, and then we'll work towards the back ones. But first up, we actually have a series, so I might just do it together. So we have 6 books. Whoa! So we have 6 books first up from a series. So this is the Dicta series. I have the first 4 books and I've really been delving into the Dicta series the past few months and I've been obsessed with them. I'm actually currently reading Thrive, and I thought I'd buy the rest of the books because I have finished the first 5 books and I think I'm on the 6th book now, so I was like, I want to buy all the books so they're together. And your girl is obsessed. I can't wait to display this on my bookshelves because these covers are just so beautiful, and I just love like the rainbow kind of vibe that the authors have gone for. But first up we have Hot House Flower, and this series is by Kristen Becker Ritchie, if I haven't mentioned that. And this book, if you want my thoughts and feelings, watch my May wrap up, because this book I read on my Kindle because I was on like a fixation of reading this series after Kiss the Sky, and this book now finally have my hands on Ryke and Daisy's book. I'm really happy and the cover's so cute. And then next up we have Thrive, which is the number 6 of the series, and this focuses again on Lo and Lily, who are like the main protagonists of this story. And I just love this series for like the found family, small town, messy vibes it has, but it's just so wholesome at the same time. And then we have Addicted After All, and then we have Fuel the Sky, which is a Rose and Connor's 2nd book. So in this series it focuses on like 3 main couples. There's one main couple, and then they delve more into the other couples, which is a sister. Like, each of the female protagonists are, they're all sisters together. So we have Fuel the Fire, which is this beautiful orange, and then next up we have A Long Way Down, which is the second to last book. And then last but not least we have Some Kind of Perfect, and the vibes are immaculate. Like, this series is actually massive. I didn't realise how big it was because it's so easy to read. I would definitely say this, it gets better the more you read. I wasn't really sure on the series when I read the first book. I think I gave it a 3 stars, 3.5, and my most current one that I've read I gave a 5 stars. So the development has been there. I just love these characters so much. They've become my babies, and we still have so many more books to get through, so I'm really excited. And I thought I would, you know, buy those books so I have the full collection. And then now we're gonna go on to my hardback books. So we're gonna go on to special editions. So first up we have these 2 books. So I've actually read all the books in terms of my special edition. So Fairy Loot did exclusive editions of Icebreaker and Wildfire, and these are the babies. Like, what? They are beautiful. So let me show you Icebreaker first, which is book number 1. So it's this beautiful metallic blue-ish purplish colour, and look at this spine, guys. Look at this spine. Do I need to say more? And not even that, like when you open the book, look at this art. Look how beautiful this art is. Like, these are my first special edition books as well, so they did not disappoint. It's our babes, Nate and Anastasia. Like, what? So cute. Again, this beautiful metallic colour with the white, and I'm just obsessed with the hockey like design. I don't know how I'm going to display them now. I recently got a Afterlight subscription, which is like a romance subscription, and those ones I think I'm just going to display them by the spine, whereas these ones I think I might display them with the actual books because I have those in physical form. But the next book is obviously Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and this one is like this beautiful pinkish orange colour, and look at this. Oh, look how beautiful. Like, that is so beautiful. I am obsessed. Like, I am obsessed. And again, when you open it, look at this. Look at this. My baby. Like, look at this. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I think I'm a bit extra because these are my first ever special editions. Like, I usually just have plain books or like at most the sprayed edges, whereas now I actually have special editions where the beautiful spines, and I'm just like so tempted to get my hands on all of them, and it's like I'm beginning my journey now of special editions. And these were both from Fairy Loot, as I've said, and then again these ones have there's been 2 characters at the front, which was so cute, which is Ross and Aurora, so that was really cute. And yeah, I'm just really happy with them. I think the vibe is really good, and I know the 3rd book is coming out. I don't know if it's this month or next month, Daydream, and I think they said they're going to release one, so I'm excited to maybe potentially get my hands on that book's special edition when it comes out, so I'll be racing for that. But the covers are so cute, like I'm obsessed with them. And then last but not least, the last special edition was Spanish Love Deception. I think I've spoken about this in other vlogs that I was planning to get this after my reading vlog because I was enjoying the book so much. And yeah, like look at this cover. Look at how beautiful this cover. Like, look at my babies, like Catalina and Aaron, my babies. Like, I'm obsessed. And look at this spine. Look at this spine. Like, the orange vibes are immaculate. I am living for them. And these ones don't have any art in it, but I didn't realise that Fairy Loot or special editions come with the author's signature, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I'm really happy that I have the hardback, and I'm really excited to display it against my paperback versions. I had to get my hands on that as well. And then the last 2 hardback books is actually a series, the Divine Rival series by Rebecca Ross. So I've heard so much about this series, and I was like, I need to get my hands on it because everyone's talking about, like, Alexa Ray has braved about it. I've seen some of the other book girlies talk about it, and I've been intrigued. And as I've been getting more and more into fantasy, I just wanted to get the book, so I decided to buy them. I have seen them in stores like plenty of times, but I just haven't been tempted to pick it up. But when I was looking on Amazon, I saw it and I was like, right, we're gonna buy that. So I bought both the books, and they came in hardcovers, so the covers are really cute. These are just the standard covers that I've seen, like even in Waterstones and stuff like that, and I think they're like £12 each from Amazon, which is a bit cheaper than if you were to get them for Waterstones. But I'm really excited to read them. Really cute. I love like the blue and the red. And then obviously the second book is Ruthless Vows. I actually have no idea what this is about. I know that it's a fantasy, it's like a romantic book, but I just don't know anything else apart from that. But I'm really excited to get into the series, and I thought I would grab those books. Those are all the books from that stack. Now we're gonna pick out a stack from over here. Here we have stack number 2, so we're gonna go over it bit by bit. So let me get the book sorted. So first we're gonna talk about The Neighbour Favour by Krista Forrest. I again don't know anything about this book. I've just seen people like mention it, and I thought I'd pick it up because it's a black romance and it seems like some next door neighbours or something like that, and I think it's like enemies to lovers, second chance kind of romance. I don't know much about it. I just know that it's neighbours, and you probably guessed from the title, but the cover is just so freaking cute. I've never actually heard of this author either, but I've seen like a lot of people talk about it, especially on TikTok. I've seen it a lot of times, but yeah, I decided to pick it up because the cover's cute and I've heard great things about that. And then next up we have Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. So this book I've actually seen in Waterstones. When I did my bookstore vlog, I actually saw this in the shops and I was really tempted to get it, but I didn't know much about it, so I put off buying it. But I saw on Amazon and it was quite cheap, so I thought I would get it. It seems like it's like a baker slash like glab, so I think she's like a celebrity or something like that, and then he's a baker. I don't know anything else apart from that. I don't know if it's maybe fake dating, judging by Fake It Till You Bake It, but it just sounds really sweet. The cover as well, so beautiful, like so beautiful. Like me, I'm definitely a girl that picks books based on pretty covers. It just gives me so much serotonin, the fact that these covers are so cute, and yeah, this one just like takes the cake. And again, I haven't read anything by this author, but I've heard great things. Next up we have a trio of books by Abby Jimenez. So again, Abby Jimenez has been an author that I've seen talked about a lot, and she recently came out with her newest book Just for the Summer, and you know, I really wanted to read it. It's been one of my anticipated reads, but I haven't read anything from this author, and a lot of people said they recommended reading some of her other books to fully understand this one because they're kind of interconnected. So obviously first up we have Just for the Summer, and then I picked up these two books, which is A Part of Your World and Yours Truly, and people said these are really interconnected, especially this one. And you know, I thought I'd buy them together as a trio because I definitely want to get to Just for the Summer, but I definitely want to read these first. But yeah, the covers are cute as well, like as I've said, bright colours as well. Like as the weather's getting warmer, I love books that have bright colours. They just get me in the mood for summer. I feel happy. Last but not least, in terms of the last 3 books of that stack, we have 3 books from the Boys of Totem series by Chloe Walsh. So I have the first book, which is Biding and Keeper 13, and I'm just like, make me just go ahead and buy all the books. As I've said, I love having the series like on my shelves because once I finish one book I can just go on to the next, and this means now I'm like updated all the way till the end. And my plan is to definitely get into these books before the end of the year. Covers are cute, and yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna enjoy this series because I've heard so many good things, like so many good things. And yeah, I don't as well know what this is about. I know it's like maybe high school or college, and it does deal with like sensitive topics, and it's kind of like the friendship kind of vibe. So yeah, I'm really happy that I got those. So now we're gonna move on to stack number 2. So I'm probably just gonna get the middle one. So stack number 2, we have quite a lot of books in this stack. So again, 3 books that I got is like part of a series from what I know. I have no idea what order the series goes, but this series is by Talia Hibbert, again, an author that I've never read anything by, and I was browsing on Goodreads like about a year ago and I found these, and these have been on my wish list for a while. So first up we have Act Your Age, Eve Brown, and then we have Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and then we have Take a Hint, Danny Brown. So I'm guessing these are all sisters or cousins or something because they all have the same surname, but I've heard a lot of good things about this, well, from Goodreads, and I wanted to read them because they seem really cute. The covers are so cute. I love the fact that you can see all the couples like on the side, like holding each other in a different way. And also I just love the representation. I love the representation of plus size to mid-sized girlies. I feel like there's not enough representation. And then also it's like interracial couples as well, as you guys can see. But I'm really excited to get into this series. Next up we have Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer. So this book I don't know much about. Like I've seen a few little teasers on TikTok. I know this book probably came out a while ago, but I've heard so many good things about this book. I know that it's second chance Hollywood kind of romance where like two people used to be together, but I'm guessing one of them becomes a celebrity and then ghosts the other. And I don't know if it deals with pregnancy. I think someone said there's got a pregnancy trope in it. I don't know, but I'm really excited to read this book. I don't know when I'm going to read it. It's not high up on my TBR, but I thought I'd pick it up because it was cheap and I've heard so many good things about it, and it's a book that I have wanted to read for a while, so I'm really excited to read it. Next up we have Fast by Millie Belizar. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, but this book I've heard so many good things about. I actually got this recommendation from Shaughnessy. So when I did my booktubers pick my reads for the week, Shaughnessy gave me two options. So obviously the book that I read, and then obviously this book. And this book has a little bit, like, it's more deep. Like, it talks about like certain topics that like very TW, but it was definitely a book I still wanted to get. But she said it was so good, like it hits all the spots, so I'm really keen to read it. And also, judging by the cover, I can just feel that this is going to be deep. I know this is going to be deep, it's going to make me cry. I don't know what to expect from it, and I'm really excited to read it, hopefully in the summertime, and I know it's going to pull out my heartstrings. So I'm both excited but very nervous at the same time. And then next up we have Where's Molly, which is by H.D. Charlton. This one is a spin-off from the Cat and Mouse series, so Hunting and Haunting Adeline, and you guys know this series is my baby. I just recently finished a series I've started but not finished, and included Hunting Adeline, which is the last book in the Little Duet. I am so sad to say goodbye to these characters, but I saw there was a spin-off. So Where's Molly is this little novella, which I'll probably be able to read within a day because I didn't realise how short it is, but I'm really intrigued to read it as well, because as I was reading Hunting Adeline, I was really intrigued by the plotline of Molly, and because obviously in the second book Adeline finds a journal which belongs to her, and I'm really excited to see a little bit more about her background, see where is Molly, like what happened to her, because I feel like that was a little plot hole from the second book. We don't really find out what happened to her, but I'm really excited to hopefully find out, hopefully in this book. And again, I just love the dark aesthetic of it. And then next up we have this little book called Getting Schooled by Christina C. Jones. This is actually the first book in a series which is called the Wright Brothers series, and again, a beautiful black romance. Again, I haven't read anything from this author. I've heard great things about her writing style, and I didn't realise how thick the pages are, which I'm really happy about, and I've heard so many good things about this series, so I thought I would go ahead and pick up the first book. So next up we have two books, I think from a series. I don't know if it's just these two books, I don't know, but this is by Mimi Gray. So the first book is What a Match, and then the second book is Take a Hike. But these covers alone, look how beautiful, like look how beautiful, like these are giving like very two different aesthetics. Like this is very like summery vibes, and then this is very like autumn winter kind of vibes, and I'm really here for it. So this series, again, I don't know anything about it. This one has again a plus size main character, which I'm really happy about. I know like these ones are like small town little romances, and again I just love the size of it. Like these, perfect chef's kiss, like especially because some books I have are like 500 pages long and they're romance, so I like to read those books, but I also like something to like break it down, something like fluffy, easy to understand, cute, happy ending, and not much to it sometimes. I'm really excited to get to this series, hopefully in the summertime, or like maybe one in the summer and then the other one that's like more like autumn time, maybe like just before autumn, maybe like September time. Next up we have this series. So I've actually read two books already of this series, but I didn't have it in physical forms, and these are like my favourite books. Talking about them, I think last year, I read them both last year towards the end of the year, and I just fell in love. And this is a little series. So first up we have 1 Week in Paradise by Anise Starr. So good. So this one's about an influencer, and basically she's not seen as good because this incident happens and maybe people don't like her, but she's still like invited to this brand trip, and she basically goes there and she invites her brother's best friend to come along with her, and they basically pretend to date. You know what happens? This book is so good. Like this is definitely like a unrequited to love, but it's definitely a guys falls first, so easy to read, perfect summer vibes, and I just loved reading it, and I'm so happy I finally got my hands on the physical copy. Next up we have One Last Shot, which is my first ever 6-star read. Like, I gave it 6 stars last year because it was amazing. Finn and Amber own my heart, especially Finn. Like, Finn is up there for book boyfriends. Like, he is up there. So fine. So fine. It's about 2 people who have to work together. So she's a designer and he is like works from a big corporate company, and they basically want to open up a, I don't know, a bar kind of thing. They're seeing each other every day, and just Finn, he is just a perfect gentleman. Like, this is definitely a book where it's not second chance romance, it's just a little bit of miscommunication. I would say this book is definitely miscommunication, but it gets resolved in a really good way. And this book is not even just about the love aspect, it's also about standing up for yourself, because the female main character, in her job, she's definitely pushed over by her boss, even though she has all of the best ideas and she's basically doing all the work. And Finn really teaches her to stand up for herself, to be confident in her ideas, be confident in her power. So I just love seeing this couple come together, and it's a book that I will hold dear to my heart, and I'm really excited to hopefully reread it in the summer. And then last but not least, we have One Last Shot, or One More Shot. And this book I haven't actually read yet, but when we read the second book, it ends on a cliffhanger. So the female main character in here, I think it's her brother this book is based on, but I'm really excited to read this book. After reading the other books, like, I have high expectations. The characters I already love, and I'm just really excited to see the cameos. But I thought I'd pick it up and have the series all together because I really wanted to have them on my bookshelves. As obviously the 3rd book came out this year, I thought it was now time to pick up the physical books. So I'm really excited to maybe do a reread. And now we're on to our last but not least little stack. So first up we have Savage Lover by Sophie Locke. This is part of the Brutal Birthright series. I've actually read this book already, but I realised this was the only book that I didn't have in terms of the series in a physical form. But I'm a little bit annoyed. This series, like the size of it, this is significantly smaller, but not just that, the writing is different. Like, they've reprinted this and it doesn't match. So all the other books match except from this one, and I've tried to find the old covers but they're just not there anymore. So I might have to buy all the new covers, because at first I was like, okay, it's fine, like I can still have it, it's not that bad. But the more you look at it, I hate it. Like, I hate it on my bookshelves. I don't think I'm going to be able to survive, especially because it's like the 4th book, so it's like you can see it significantly between all the books, and it's just going to frustrate the hell out of me. This series I'm really enjoying so much. It's like a dark romance mafia. Not really a dark romance. Like, if you want to get into dark romance but you don't want anything too much, I would say this series is not anything too dark compared to, like, for example, Haunting Adeline, like, that's dark romance. This one's a little bit more mild, but again, so good. It's basically about 2 families who have like this feud, a bit like Romeo and Juliet, like the 2 families that didn't like each other. And the first book focuses on the oldest son and the youngest daughter of each of the families, and they basically have an arranged marriage, and then from then, like, each of the main characters from that family have their own love story, and I'm just really enjoying it. Like, I'm on the 4th book already now, and there's 6 books altogether, 6 or 7 books, and it's just such a good series. It's a series that I've been having on my bookshelves for such a long time, haven't gotten to them, and now that I've started them, I was like, why have they been sitting on my bookshelves for that long? Like, why? And yeah, I'm really excited to finish off the series, so I thought I'd pick up Savage Lover. Next up, we have 2 books from a series, which is Blockshot and Longshot by Kennedy Ryan. Kennedy Ryan is an author. I actually have one of her books already, Hookshot, but I realised it's not actually the first book in the series, which is a bit pointless, and I think I bought that when I went shopping in Waterstones, and I thought I would buy the rest of the books because I needed to, like, read the first, like, I want to read the first book before I go into, like, that book. I think it's like the 2nd book, so I was a bit annoyed, but I picked up the other 2 books, and again, the covers are so cute. Like, this is a basketball black romance, which I'm really excited for, because one of my favourite movies is Love and Basketball, which is a black romance, and it is amazing, and I'm hoping this series gives me that vibe. And I've heard so many good things about it. I've never actually read a basketball romance before, and you know, your girl loves a sports romance, so it's sports romance, a black romance, and it's by Kennedy Ryan. What more can you want? Like, I'm really excited to get into this series. Next up, we have The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer. So this series, I've actually read the first book, which is Behind the Net, and a lot of people have spoken about the fake out. Like, I didn't really like Behind the Net. I think I'd give it a 2 stars or 2.5, but I've heard a lot of people talk about this book, so I decided to pick this one up. And this one, I actually have no idea what it's about. I think it's like enemies to lovers, and that is really all I know. I think it might be fake dating, just judging by the fake out. I don't know, I could be totally wrong, but I've heard so many good things about it, so I thought I'd pick it up. I think this book actually came out this year, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick it up. Next up, we got a little bit of like anticipated reads. So first up, we have The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I read her first book, The Cheat Sheet, which is the first book of this series, and The Rule Book recently came out, maybe last month or the month before then, and this is one of my anticipated reads for this year. I had to pick it up because obviously it's a new release, so I had to get it, and I've heard so many good things about this. I think they kind of know each other from when they were younger. I don't know if they're exes or something like that, but I've heard so many good things about this so far, and obviously it's a new release, so I decided to pick it up because, you know, it's been on my TBR. And then next up, following anticipated reads and new releases, we have The Dixon Rule by Elle Kennedy. This is the second book in the Campus Diaries series. The first book is The Graham Effect, follows Hannah and Garrett's daughter, and you know, the second book came out. This one I think focuses on the friend of Gigi, and this one, all I know, it's like a dom slash subplot, and like this one is, you know, spicy. Like these ones is enemies to lovers, she's the cheerleader, and yeah, like I've heard so many good things about this. People said it's very spicy. One of my friends has said that it was so good, so I'm really excited to get into it. And again, the covers are so cute. And then obviously, last but not least, following on for anticipated reads, we have King of Sloth by Anna Hugh, which is the 4th book of the Kins and Sin series. This series, anything that Anna Hugh dishes out, like Amy will buy it. Like she will buy it, she will indulge. This is about Xavier and Salome. I think this is like enemies to lovers, I don't know, and I've heard a lot of good things about this, so I decided to pick it up because again, it's a new release. It came out last month or the month before then, and yeah, I just love her writing style. Her writing is so easy to follow, and as well the covers are so cute. Last but not least, we have these 2 books. So earlier this year I read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and that series owns my heart. Like, it owns my heart. It owns my heart. I know there's a sequel coming out for it, but Lynn Painter is an author that I wanted to read more of her books, so I found out she has 2 other books. So there's The Do-Over, and then there's Betting on You. Again, these covers, I just love unique covers. Like I love when authors have series that look very different to other authors. Like they're easy to identify. This is very much based off like movies, like the ideas of like romanticism, love, and like how like the portrayal of like TV show music is that can like impact someone's like ideas of romance. And like she kind of like breaks them down, but kind of like shows that romance can be more than what you see in like fairy tales and movies and books. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into more of her books whilst I wait for the 2nd book of Better Than the Movies, but I thought I'd pick them up. The covers are gorgeous. But those are all the books that I have purchased, and yeah, I enjoyed going over them. Like I'm really excited now to read these books. Obviously some of them are higher up on my TBR and some of them aren't, and I'm really excited to get into any of these books. I hope you guys enjoyed this little book haul and going over all the books that I purchased. I will now be going on to book buying ban because there's no reason I should be buying no books. I basically feel like I've gotten basically most of the books off my TBR for the year. If you guys have any of these books that you've ever read or you want to read, and let me know. Did I give you guys any recommendations? But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for my mid-year book tag, which will hopefully be coming out a few days after this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay blessed, and as I always say, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Que estoy enamorada porque cuando veo cosas muy bonitas pienso en ti.